get to the guitar, he's like, okay, I just want to go there. We're not play. Okay, we'll go sit there. He's writing.
Por eso tú eres también adorable como una reina.
Language in our culture, we greet each other in the morning by saying Boiti Binafi. So what are you going to say? Boiti Binafi. Very good.
Half Indian, half Garifuna. You look at me and you say, well, you look African to me. Well, I am African. And I'm also Amerindian. So, for example, my Garifuna language is all Amerindian. It is not African.
Okay, how do we operate a stone tool? Of course, the operations manual are written in hieroglyphic forms, so you won't be able to read it. However, we can.
Their history includes being autonomous, having their own interpretive framework, their own life ways. We cannot understand without understanding the encounter between the indigenous and colonizers, and how that eroded capacities for self-care, eroded their interpretive framework, and so on. It transformed it.
Only bean purple. Mushrooms.
One of the urban indigenous people who live in Toronto, our major city, didn't necessarily choose that. Like when you choose between life and death, I don't really see it as a choice.
Yeah.
So some of them have been displaced, as we all have been, from their land. But yet, Métis children, like the indigenous children mixed with non-indigenous children, were also captured for residential schooling and experienced the same things. But sometimes the coping systems that were in place for the rural children were not necessarily there for the urban children. So they're suffering from the same, obstacles. They're suffering from the same racism, yet they also feel like they're not good enough to be with their people because they don't eat the same foods, yet they're definitely not white. So it's really hard to balance that.
On board in the 1980s, the early 80s, when a US funded project called Camp Vital came into Belize, worked with the Ministry of Agriculture to create this whole commercialization of growing cacao here in Belize for the export market, for the making of chocolate bars in North America or in Europe. So therefore, the Mayan people of this region and part of the Stan Creek district started replanting back. But before then, the existing Mayas, those days, in the later part of the 70s and early 80s, we have few of our farmers who are still growing cacao as a continuity from the past, but not as a major crop that they generate income from. But they also make use of it at the local level for the different purposes that I mentioned earlier.
Mediocre, they just want to come over here and do what they please, and they want to say that we have little say in it. But in reality, why? Because at the end of the day, we're not going anywhere. This is our land. This is my dad's and my great-granddad's land. They live here, and we're not going anywhere. So I believe that it's for us. It's right for us. Yeah, I think the struggle should continue. Because what we do right now, it's not for us actually. It's for our children and our children's children. Because we won't be going here. So most of these companies, when they come over here, they extract all the riches from our environment. Okay, we got everything. Boom, gone. That leaves us with what? So the struggle right now, I think, is what we do right now it's gonna have a critical role in what happens in the future for our children.